Well, hello there again, and good morning. So, I have an early meeting today and couldn't sleep. A meeting at 5:30 a.m., so I thought I would get a head start on the day. It's about 4:30 a.m. here now. So, I wanted to get my desk kind of neatened up. It's still kind of a bloody mess in this thing. But I wanted to get all the screws that were around the desk all accounted for and put back in this radio. Anyway, this is a famous T4XC Drake I've been working on. Got it back together finally, all completely. I think I'm missing a screw for it, but oh well. Alexa, stop. So yeah, this thing is doing pretty good. It still doesn't transmit though. There's still a problem with it. I'm thinking this premixer tube could be bad. Don't think it's a mixer, or the PTO is still whacked. I don't know. The PTO, I've seen weak output from these PTOs, and the thing still fires up. So I guess I'll wait for tubes to come and put this radio aside. But anyway, the physical cleanup is all done. Where this came out really good. I think this is close to museum quality. It came out really, really good. I got lucky with this radio as far as it being, I think, lightly used, and I think one of the owners was a smoker, but it still came out very nice. I got most of the nicotine out of it. It doesn't look like it came from a humid environment because it's looking pretty good. So really happy with how this turned out. Happy indeed. The biggest problem with this thing by far, besides it not transmitting, of course, is the taking apart the PTO, as I've had numerous videos in the past about taking apart this mechanism, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. The front panel isn't too scratched or anything. Still probably some dirt on it here and there, but I got most of it off. Got the knobs all cleaned up, and what's really cool is this band switch knob is really hard to turn sometimes. Just a lot of switches in the gang rod in this thing, and somebody put a metal switch on here. It's not really part of a Drake line, but boy, is it nice. So that's on there. Anyway, yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm really happy with how the PTO turned out. This probably still needs calibrated because it's not working quite right, but mechanically, I'm happy with this. It doesn't really wobble. When I turn it, it doesn't squeak or make any noise. It's easy to turn, so, and you can really speed it too, so. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm probably an expert now in rebuilding these PTOs in the gearworks, but I won't remember how I did it in a few months. It just won't matter. I'll be on to something else anyway. And I see they have like a little window back here for looking in there, and I think that's actually, if the little pins come out of these discs, you can sneak a screwdriver back in there and access the pins, which I think is really cool. So I actually did that. I actually picked the radio up and I bumped one of the discs and it looked loose, and I put a screwdriver back there and tightened up the pins on the discs. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, this thing is all done. I guess it's gonna go in the corner and I can forget about it for a while, which is fine with me. Kind of radioed out here and I got other things to do, so I got a Christmas tree to put up. Got things that are important. I also got some work stuff piling up, so this has to get put away. Anyway, that's it for the Drake T4XC. Looking good. Yeah, the people that had this thing, the guy did a pretty good job. In that they put some blue filters in here. He doubled up these, which looks really great, and he put a blue filter in there. So I didn't have to go through there and put in my own filters, which really made me happy. I was kind of just a little tired of this radio from this PTO problem here. and chasing down issues with it. So, yep, once I get the frequency thing figured out, this thing ought to fire up, be really good. Could be a wiring issue, could be a bad part, could be a bad tube. I don't know yet. But I figured while it was down, I would take it apart and clean it. So, yep, the rest of this place is a mess. I have to get this place cleaned up now from looking for parts and scrabbling around looking for tubes to finish things with. The R4B has been down here. It works really well still. So I can forget about that one. So I kind of been collecting Drakes, I guess, recently. I got covers here for the radios. They gotta go back on. I bought this TR7 and it basically works. I'm really happy with it. Doesn't have any real filters in it just per se, but it does work. And I did put in a resistor for the AM. That gives you about 10 to 12 kc AM, so I'm happy about that. That's a gift from my good friend Ray a few years ago. And here's the T4XC that I was working on. This one also cleaned up pretty nice. And I this is the first real 4C series PTO that I tried to rebuild. They both spin about the same quality. Yeah, they make the same noises too. A little click from the separating washer in here, but this one turned out good too. So I'm happy with both of these PTOs. This is the weak point in the radio, and I'm really happy with it. So I think this thing still works. I don't remember now. It's been a few weeks, but I think I did fix it. So I don't know. Put these back together. Store them until I get an antenna, I guess. Maybe I'll put them all up on display and I'll have them all running and do comparisons on receive and on transmit and all that, just for the fun of it. And there's some boxes these came in. Here's a bunch of junk I gotta clean up. Here's a pile of shipping boxes. And I have the Wi-Fi router up here for putting Wi-Fi throughout the house. This is a second story room, and that's been useful. So I have DDWRT running on this thing, and this is an older router. It's, I don't know, 10 years old now or something, but I think Spectrum used these for their customers a long time ago, and this thing, as I say, I'm running DDWRT in it, and it'll stay up for 10 days, 15 days easily. Sometimes I'll reboot it. And then I have a surfboard modem running down here that will take the DOCUS 3.1 signal. This is the DOCUS 3.0 modem and turn it into internet consumable by the Wi-Fi. I got a couple of Raspberry Pis running down there for some sites that I have running. And this printer is really old. It's from the, I think, 90s, so he actually had a previous employer throw it out, so I grabbed it. It's like, I got it 10 years ago, it still works. It's probably a 30-year-old printer. The Canon print engines are pretty good. So yeah, so I gotta get this room like cleaned up now and neatened up. And get to work. So that's what I'm doing. I gotta clean this desk up, it's a mess. There's a little antenna for receiving on the SDR. This SDR has been really useful. So the software-defined radio gizmo here. This is actually really useful just for fixing radios. Just for doing ham radio work, amateur radios, looking at signals that are transmitting, looking at oscillators. This thing has been wonderful. It's only 30 bucks, 35 bucks. So I've just been sniffing around with this little capacitor and this antenna when I want to sniff some RF. So that's about it. Yeah, I really want to get this place cleaned up, so it's been a mess. Anyway, yeah, this office, I had it cleaned up really nice about a week or two ago. And I started fixing these two Drakes, fixing that one. Fixing this one, it made the place a mess. Gotta get organized again. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Don't let your office get messy. It's a real bugger to clean up. Have a great day.